Third Phase Moon back on, taking your calls from around the world. We're going to get to a caller right now.
Hey, how you all doing?
Hey, doing good. How you doing?
Doing good. First time listener. I've watched a lot of your videos and stuff, but first time caller. No, this is just something that me and my brothers always do. Is him working at one of those places. We always try to get information from him. And he.
Oh well,
let's
Hold on a sec. Let's start from the beginning. I know there's some flash chat going on, and I was reading what you're saying, writing down, but I want to share your story too. Third Phase is basically you have a relative that worked for the Air Force.
Yeah, he worked at NORAD. He actually worked for NORAD, and
wow.
But getting him to tell us stuff is like pulling teeth, of course, But so we only see him like every blue moon. But we get together, we always just try to get him drunk, drinking, and see if he'll give us information. And he knows I'm into it.
That's
real
a pretty
big,
good idea.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a cool guy, and but he's very, he's very careful when he relays to people. And so we've all just decided we'd get him drunk and see if he'd tell us a little bit more. He knows what's going on. But as he was getting ready to retire, I was asking him some pretty serious questions, and he finally he goes, look, I'll tell you right now. He goes, I am aware of several, during my course of being at this place, he goes, there have been several times where we've had radar hits, where there have been things going at speeds that I know, we are not capable of going. He goes, where I was working, and he wouldn't tell me exactly where, but I think his brother told me he monitors like incoming ballistic missiles and stuff coming over like Alaska. I think that's his area. But he said that some of these things were going like 6, 7, 8,000 miles an hour. But he did tell me. He goes, David, I'll tell you right now, he goes, even though I think he retired as a colonel, but when I was talking to him, he was a captain. He goes, there are things in our military that even I don't know about. He goes, there's parts of our military that even if you're in the military, you're not in the know. He goes, I'll just, and he goes, and I can't really, I won't say any more. But, so, I mean, it's very interesting that it's such a hush-hush type thing, and I mean, he wasn't that he was scared or anything like that. He just was telling us. He goes, there's stuff, in our military that we, even us in the military do not know, about. He goes, it's not, this is what we have. So
interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting because and the fact that he is telling us that, he was telling me, and he didn't personally do it, but that one night, I guess a fellow coworker had told him about that they had to scramble some jets because I guess there's some places that just, I didn't even know this, it happens, but that there's places where commercial jets aren't even able to fly over, and he said that. I didn't even know that happened. I figured once you're up in the air, you're up in the air. But apparently there are places that, that commercial jets are not allowed to fly over. And he said that they scrambled, some jets to steer off something. But they said that, he goes, from what he was told, they couldn't even get close to it. It was just, 1 minute they were a mile out. And I'm making up these numbers because I can't remember exactly what he said, but whenever they would try to get close to him, to whatever it was, it would go from 1 mile to 18 miles away, and it was like it was playing a game. But it was very interesting, to listen to someone talk about that type of stuff.
Nice. And so did he threaten you guys afterwards? Like said, if you tell anybody this, I'm gonna have to.
No, because he just, he's a real cool guy, and I mean, he just, and he's younger than I am, so I check it. No, I'm just joking. He's a real good guy, and he just, he knows that, that we're into that type of stuff, and it's just, he doesn't come across like he's holding back information, and if he is, he has never told us, but he did tell us that one time. The last time we talked to him, he did come out and tell me that,
nice.
He has himself tracked stuff that, he said he goes, I know, he goes, it fits the definition. That was the other thing he kept telling me. it fit the definition of a UFO, but he goes, I'm not telling you it was a UFO. I'm just telling you it wasn't nothing that we could, say, hey, that's a,
Absolutely.
A stealth fighter flying across. He goes, because they were just going too fast, if that makes any sense.
It does. Absolutely makes a lot of sense. I recall in 1994, we're in the Redondo Beach area at the time, and I remember waking up to these booms that would actually shake our apartment quite heavily around 7 in the morning. And it was unexplained. People didn't know what was going on, but what was weird, it happened every day on a Tuesday for about, 4 weeks in a row? Every week for about a week or so in a row. So every Tuesday at 7 o'clock, boom, it shattered. And they I think NORAD tracked whatever this thing was, moving around 8,000 miles an hour in a direction towards Nevada. And it was unexplained. But to have it like a source, like your relative, to actually get the words straight from the source, saying that they can explain what's going on, quite amazing. I appreciate you sharing this insight story, and keep it up. Maybe we could participate and bring some more alcohol and get this guy drunk and get him some more.
Now he's retired, so I'm hoping that he'll just unload us with all kinds of information. But he's very hesitant to talk about it. So and it just adds more to the mystery.
I think the declassification lasts for approximately 20 years. So how long has he been retired now?
He's a young guy. I think I'm 47, so he's like 40 years old now. So, and he went straight in out of college, through our TC and all that stuff. So, I think he did 20 years and then got out. But I'll tell you this, I know the family didn't even know where he worked. And
well, you know what I
can tell you.
Do? What would be kind of cool is maybe you could share it with your friend. I know we're leaving his name anonymous. We don't want to give up anything. A man that worked at NORAD sharing this information. But, hey, maybe you want to share this radio show to him and see what he thinks. Because we'd sure like to get him on the phone and ask him some questions in regards to some of these things that were unidentified and they can't explain.
Well, I'll give you one last story he gave me real quick. He married a... I think he's either a lieutenant colonel, he's a colonel or something like that. He's pretty high up there. But his commanding officer, he married his daughter, and he told me one day, I guess because I was pressing, and he had just gone back. He was on leave when we always get him drunk and stuff. But when he went back, he actually asked his father-in-law about the phenomenon, just UFOs in general, and he said that. He just told me, he said, look, and he mentioned, don't ever ask me about that again.
Strange.
And that's it. Yeah. So, I mean, right there, just, he goes, that's just not a subject that we need to cover. So, I thought that was odd. I mean, here you're talking to your father-in-law. It wasn't it wasn't on duty. It was just, I guess they were around the table, and he was just telling them that I was asking a lot of questions about it, and his father-in-law just basically told him leave it alone. So
interesting.
Yeah, it is. That struck me, and I just thought about that. That was very interesting, But like I said, it's like pulling teeth to get information from them. So.
Well, I think we got a little bit tonight, and it's confirmed. I know that you believe the source, and I believe what you're saying. So, NORAD can explain UFO sightings caught on their systems. I might name it just that on the headline. So appreciate you sharing this story to us right here at Third Phase Moon and to the world.
All right. I appreciate you all. Keep up the good work.
We will, man, and keep your eyes on the skies. Everybody, this is Third Phase of Moon Radio. It's been quite exciting. Some callers, some testimony, some new insight, the purple jellyfish, NORAD, some big questions. Everybody, 4th of July weekend, again, keep your eyes to the skies. Blake Cousins. We'll see everybody again next time.
Third Phase of Moon. third phase,
Smooth.
third phase, third phase, third